Hey guys, so Singapore's Straits Times Index actually hit a record high last month, and with US stocks now in free fall, people are getting back into the local stock market given Singapore's safe haven status. But what's the easiest way to get exposure to the local stock market? It's probably through an ETF. So here are 5 things you need to know about the biggest Straits Times Index ETF on the Singapore Exchange. Number 1, it's called the SPDR Straits Times Index ETF, and its ticker on the Singapore Exchange is ES3. Currently, shares are trading at around $3.90. Relatively big ETF as well, and it has assets under management around 1.7 billion Singapore dollars. It also has an annual expense ratio of 0.28%. So what does that mean? Well, basically, whatever amount you have invested, 0.28% of that is going to get taken away each year in management fees. To its distribution or dividend yield. Now, being in Singapore, this is something that investors obviously care a lot about. And currently, the SPDR Straits Times Index ETF has a distribution yield of 4.6%. In terms of the number of holdings it has only 30 stocks because the Straits Times Index has only 30 component stocks. So in that sense, it's not really that well diversified if you compare it to something like the S&P 500, which has 500 stocks in it. Performance. Now, the Straits Times Index ETF has done well over the past year, delivering a near 30% positive return for investors. Over the past 3 and 5 years, it's delivered 11% annually and 9.4% annually. Number 4, top holdings. The big reason for that impressive performance over the past few years has come down to one word, and that is banks. These guys make up over 53% of the ETF. Finally, number 5, dividend payments. When do the dividends actually land in your bank account? Well, the ETF pays dividends twice per year, and as you can see above, it pays it in August and February of every year. We have a quick breakdown of the 5 big things you need to know about the Straits Times Index ETF in Singapore, otherwise known as the SPDR STI ETF under the ticker ES3. Remember, ETFs in Singapore can actually be traded in single units, so you can actually buy just 1 share of an ETF versus having to buy 100 shares of a company's stock. For more personal finance and investing insights as well as money hacks, do give me a follow here, as well as subscribe to my free weekly newsletter at timtalksmoney.com.